non-human, and that was the assessment of people with direct knowledge on the program I talked to that are currently still on the program. I know of multiple colleagues of mine that got physically injured.
That Jesus revealed herself. Can you say it, yes?
Timmy, why you do this to me? Please, Timmy. I'm afraid.
It's alive. It's moving. It's alive. Oh, it's alive. It's alive. It's alive. It's alive. In the name of God.
Yeah.
What up, y'all?
Welcome to
Cousins of the Crypt podcast.
Where the Dead Tell Better Stories.
And the nightmares come to life. We are back.
Yes, we are back.
Episode 14.
Yes,
and
sir,
I am glad to be back, cuz.
I am
Get to see
too.
all my beautiful cousins out there.
Already.
Here we go. We got another episode for y'all today.
Yes.
Episode 14. We're climbing up. We're
We
climbing
are.
up, right?
We
I'm not
are.
going to get ahead of myself. Talk about episode 15. That's going to be a banger. You already know.
Yeah, already.
But if you're first time tuning in, guys, go check out our other episodes. Man, we're out
Yes.
there. Episode 1 through 13 is out there on the YouTube. We
Yep.
have them broke down into mini stories on TikTok.
Mhm.
We have some little thank you videos and other side videos out there on TikTok and some on YouTube. Check those out. Drop your comments. Tell us what you think. But man, keep sending us these stories. Reddit's been a big help. Shout out to y'all out there on Reddit, letting us use some of y'all's stories. Keep sending them to us, guys. We appreciate it. And keep running up those views. Run up them like buttons, the subscribe. We got to get there, guys. We appreciate y'all. What do we have going on today, cuz? Break it down.
Today, again, another Reddit story coming in
Here we
hot.
go. Here we
coming in
go.
hot. Yes. So, user SamW_99, he allowed us to use a story.
Okay.
And,
All right.
And I'm ready and excited to hear it.
Hey, I'm excited. I'm on the map with the Reddit stories. The last one had me
Right?
like out of it, man.
Yeah.
That was if you haven't seen it, go check it out. Episode 13. It was crazy.
Craziest one we have, yeah.
Yeah, that was wild. So I can't imagine how this one's gonna be. I'm excited.
Yeah, I am too, and let's get into it.
All right, let's jump into it, guys.
I got grabbed. Last night, when I was home alone, a hand reached out from under the couch and grabbed me. Nobody was there to see it, and nobody that I've told believes me, but it definitely happened. I have zero history of hallucinations or any sort of mental illness, and nobody in my family does either. I wasn't high or drunk. I wasn't under any distress or in any unsound state of mind when it happened. This is not the kind of thing you can just imagine, and I'm sure now that it wasn't a dream. I was watching TV when it happened. The remote fell under the couch and I started fishing around for it without really looking, not wanting to get up from my seat. I brushed it with the tips of my fingers and it slid further underneath. I was super annoyed BC I had to get down on my knees to reach it. I finally found the remote, and that's when it grabbed me. As I pulled the remote out, a hand shot up from under the couch and wrapped its fingers around my wrist. I was able to yank myself away quickly. It didn't hold on tight, just enough that I felt a little resistance. I jumped to my feet, obviously terrified. I didn't scream or anything. I was honestly too scared to make a sound. My heart was beating so fast that my ears started to ring. The TV was still going, commercials droning on while I tried to process what just happened. The hand had only come out about a foot from under the couch. It had an arm attached to it, though I wasn't able to see past its elbow, and it slinked back below the couch as soon as I pulled myself free from its grasp. It didn't hurt, and it didn't leave any sort of bruise or mark or anything on my wrist, but I definitely felt it, and I definitely saw it. All I could do was stare at the spot where the hand had appeared. I stood there for what felt like an eternity, until I heard the unmistakable sound of footsteps right outside my front door. I live in a second-story apartment. It's a pretty cramped place in a pretty old building, so I can usually hear footsteps from the moment they enter the building downstairs, but I guess I was so freaked out by the hand that I didn't even notice someone was outside until they were already opening the door. My roommate walked in on quite a scene. She immediately registered how off the vibe was. I could see it on her face. She found me standing upright in the middle of our living room, remote in hand, facing away from the screen while Full House filled the air. I'm sure I'd think it was odd too. She hit me with a "you good?" while shifting a paper bag full of groceries in her arm and pocketing her keys. I felt like I was caught with my pants down, but just seeing a familiar face brought some of the blood back to my veins. And, yeah, I stuttered. I came back online and flicked the TV off. I felt her eyes on me as she walked over to the kitchen. There's no wall or anything dividing the two rooms. Like I said, the place is pretty cramped. She started putting her groceries away as if everything was normal, but I could tell she wanted to ask what was up. I kept looking back and forth between her and the couch. I can't explain it, but I already knew that if I looked under there, I wouldn't find any trace of whoever or whatever grabbed me. As she started loading up the fridge, I dropped to my hands and knees once again. Without taking even a second to ready myself, I brought my head down to the ground and looked under the couch. Nothing. Pretty much what I expected. There was barely enough room for me to squeeze my arm under there for the remote. No way a whole person could fit beneath that thing, and even if they could, there's no way I wouldn't have seen them or heard them. Seriously, what's up? I looked up to see my roommate standing right behind me. Arms crossed, clearly concerned. I knew I was acting strange, and I knew that nothing I would come up with in the next 5 seconds could possibly excuse my behavior. I made a judgment call, honestly not really caring about how it would be received. Something grabbed me earlier. What? Under the couch. I dropped the remote, and when I picked it up, a hand reached out from under the couch and grabbed me. Took her a second to respond. What the f*** are you talking about? That's it. A hand reached out and grabbed me by the wrist. It happened like a minute before you got here. That part might have been a lie actually. I have no idea how long I had been standing in the middle of the room before she showed up. Wait, like someone broke in? No. It's just like I said. A hand reached out, grabbed me, and then it was gone. She just kinda looked at me for a while. I don't blame her, but it's not like there was any way for me to sugarcoat it. Are you sure? What do you mean, am I sure? Yes, I'm f***ing sure. My voice broke a little when I said that. I was still down on my knees, like I was praying for her to believe me. Okay, well, obviously that didn't happen, Sam. I let out a desperate laugh and threw my hands up in the air. I slapped them down on my thighs dramatically and shook my head in exasperation. Yeah, obviously it sounds fucking crazy, but you asked what happened and that's what happened. I don't know how else to describe it. I'm just being honest. I pulled myself up to my feet and walked around to the armrest of the couch. She kept studying me, probably thinking this was all a prank or something. What are you doing? She asked, arms still glued across her chest. I'm checking under the couch. I pushed one end of the couch away from the wall. It was pretty heavy, and the coffee table stopped me from moving it too far. I moved the coffee table towards the TV to free up some space. My roommate started staring at the spot I was clearing as if she expected to see something there too. I went back over to the armrest. Can you help me? She snapped out of her trance and silently went to grab the other side. We pulled the couch away from the wall, revealing a thick rectangle of dust that had not seen the light of day since we moved in a year ago. I dropped to my knees once more and began wiping away the grime with my bare hands. There was nothing but the floorboards beneath it. No surprise. I sat there for a second, eyes darting around the floor. No fingerprints in the dust, no scratches or marks or anything. I felt the tension in the room dissipate as my roommate found her voice again. I think you must have imagined it. I didn't. There's no way. Dude, no. I felt it and I saw it. Clear as day. It was a hand, and it grabbed me. That's not the sort of thing you can just imagine. She scoffed, any fear left in her giving way to frustration. Whatever. This is f***ing stupid. I'm going to bed. She stomped off towards her room. Wait. She spun on her heels as I stood up, probably expecting me to tell her I was joking about the whole thing. Can you help me flip the couch over? She rolled her eyes. Sure, but I'm not helping you put it back. She helped me lift the couch off of its legs and tilted it onto its front cushions, exposing the fabric underneath. She disappeared into her room and I went to work studying the underside of the sofa. There was a zipper lining the bottom, but I found nothing inside when I opened it up. Just a hollow wooden frame and a bunch of crumbs. I sat back against the wall, more tired than scared at that point. I can't believe she thinks I'm making this up. Why would I even do that? What purpose would it serve? As I went about rebuilding our living room, I decided that the next day, today, I was gonna take off work, wait for her to leave, and really get to the bottom of this. I didn't sleep at all last night. Every nook and cranny of my room felt like a door left wide open, with something sinister waiting on the other side. What if a hand comes back? What if it wants to hurt me next time? How can I even protect myself? After like 10 restless minutes in bed, I decided to move to the floor. I couldn't help it. I kept imagining the hand reaching up from under the bed and grabbing me again. I made a makeshift sleeping bag out of my comforter and some pillows, and laid sideways so I could keep an eye on the underside of my bed frame while I slept. Maybe slept isn't the right word. Even down there, I couldn't bring myself to close my eyes for longer than a minute. Eventually sunlight began to peek through the blinds, and I heard some movement within the apartment. My roommate was finally up. I heard the front door close, and it was time to get to work. I nearly threw my back out, yanking the couch away from the wall to reveal the floorboards again. They aren't real floorboards, just the kind of cheap old fake shit they put in crappy houses to make them look more modern. Our whole apartment is like that, a thin coat of paint slapped over an old building from the 30s or whatever. My dad actually owns this building. He lets me and my roommate stay here as long as we pay him $500 a month, which is way cheaper than most places in my area. It's not really an apartment building, to be honest. You can tell it used to be a family home before some flipper swooped in and broke it up into apartments. There are a lot of those around here. Anyway, the fake wood came up easy. It was only about a 1/4 inch thick. I was able to pull up the first plank by cramming a kitchen knife into a slit between the boards, and then I peeled a few more away by hand. After prying away about a dozen of these fake floorboards, I started to realize that I wasn't going to find anything without making a significantly larger dent. Right beneath the thin layer of fake wood was a layer of very real, very thick wooden beams that seemed to span well beyond the hole I had managed to claw open. My back crackled and popped as I sat back on my heels to admire my handiwork and contemplate where to go from there. I knew I would need a power saw or some kind of heavy-duty tool to get any deeper, but I was afraid of two things. 1. That these beams were supporting the entire second floor of the building, and cutting through them would make the whole thing collapse. 2. That going any deeper would lead me into the ceiling of the apartment below us, and the guy who lives there would call my dad before I could see what I needed to see. Regardless of the risks, I knew I had to keep going. I was certain that something was down there. Whatever grabbed me had to have left some sort of evidence. I can't stop thinking about that fucking hand. I'm not supposed to have it, but my dad gave me a master key for the whole building in case of emergencies. He could really get in trouble if anyone found out, but if this isn't an emergency, then what is? There's a service shed around the back of the building, which has seen none of the love that the main building saw when it was renovated. Decades worth of rusty antiques and rotting furniture line the walls. A shiny, modern tool bench sits unnaturally in the middle of the chaos. I rifled through all of that shit as fast as I could. I'm not really close with my dad, all things considered, and I'm sure he'd be super pissed if he found me out there. He's so secretive about random shit all the time, and he's constantly dropping by the building unannounced. I found the jigsaw under a pile of old newspapers and ran back upstairs. I probably should have checked the driveway to see if anyone was home first, because the saw made so much noise. The cord barely reached from the outlet to the spot where the couch used to be, but as awkward as the angle was, I was still able to get it in there. I went as small as possible with my first few cuts. I started with a single beam, cutting out a section about 6 inches wide. I slid the chunk of wood out and, to my relief, didn't immediately see the plaster that would be my downstairs neighbor's ceiling. A tuft of insulation stuck out where I made the hole. I didn't know that stuff is made from fiberglass or whatever, and I got a really bad splinter when I went to yank it out. I fished some leather gloves out of my roommate's closet and got to work on the insulation. I pulled and pulled but couldn't get a good enough grip to remove anything more than a few bits about the size of a tennis ball. I went back in with a jigsaw, cutting bigger and bigger chunks until I had cleared a hole about 2 feet in diameter. No sign that I was gonna bring the building down, that's good. I hacked away for hours. More wood came out, more insulation came out, and when I finally hit a fragile-looking layer of drywall, I knew the jig was up. That's definitely my neighbor's ceiling. My roommate and I got in a screaming match when she got home. I made a pretty big mess, but I don't really give a fuck, honestly. I don't give a fuck if she believes me. I fucking hate that bitch, TBH. I told her if she tells my dad what I'm doing, I'll bash her brains in with a hammer. That shut her up. She left with a bag full of her clothes like an hour later. Tomorrow I'm going to wait for our downstairs neighbor to leave and start investigating from the bottom up. If there wasn't any evidence on the floor up here, there has to be something on the ceiling down there. If I do find something, I'll post again. I doubt anyone will even believe me, but at this point I just want everything written down somewhere accessible in case something bad happens. There has to be something down there. Something grabbed me, and I'm going to find out what it is.
Oh.
Dude,
Where to begin,
what
cuz?
the heck, man? You want to take this one, or you want me to go first? Because
Yeah, I'll start it.
yeah, what do you think about this?
Cuz, so let's start off with the hand, right? That's where it started off, man. Imagine we always drop our remote underneath the couch. Dude.
Everybody has felt that feeling.
Yeah, same. And like you want to like, damn, what's in there?
Whether you're an adult or a kid, you felt that feeling. Yeah, absolutely.
Sure. Like, yeah, I can't find it. And you gotta get down on your knees, get down, and you gotta, imagine someone grabbing you like that, dude. It make you go crazy.
Yeah, dude. I don't know about all that, dude. I think I'm finna pull your ass out.
Right.
What?
Pull you.
Come on, get out.
For real, man.
And then we can pull you.
Yeah,
dude.
Dang.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So, college states, like, makes it clear, like, no history of hallucinating, no history of mental health, no history of
family,
anything like that in the family tree, or him personally.
Yeah.
So, to imagine a hand grabbing you around the wrist, and you're pulling, you feel it, you see it in a sense, and you break away.
Yeah.
That's a lot to imagine. That's a lot to make up.
Yeah.
You know, but it's also, as hard as it is to make up, it's very hard to believe.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you, if you came and told me, hey, cuz someone just grabbed me under this couch, I'd be looking at you like,
damn, like the roommate, man, like the roommate.
You smoking that stuff again? Well, go
like
on.
the roommate, like the roommate. It's like,
yeah, I know, the roommate was so mad.
Dude. Like, yeah.
And then was like, hey, can you help me flip the gas? Like,
yeah. She said, no, man.
I'm not going to put you back.
Right. So.
A little bit towards that part, I was like, I hope the free son grabs a roommate at this point. You know?
For real.
That's what I thought was going to happen eventually.
Yeah.
If we could sit down and grab her foot.
For real. But no, and then she, our caller or our storyteller actually went deep in, huh?
Yeah, boy was not letting it go, dude. So tell me about that. Do you think you would go to that extreme? Like, I was like, no one was believing you. Like, dude, you're crazy. That didn't happen. Like, let it go.
Nah, I would have let it go. I would have been like, nah, it's just my imagination, or just made me believe that.
There's no way, because if that actually happened, I don't think I can let it go, dude.
Well, no, okay. When I say like let it go, I mean like move out and find somewhere else. That's what I meant. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, like I gotta.
The couch is leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know. I couldn't. Yeah, I don't think I could move forward.
Yeah.
Without either demolishing the house or moving to another house, because it would drive me nuts. Like,
I see the point of what the caller was
he
doing.
was getting power tools, everything. He didn't give a dang.
Yeah.
That, and I get that part. I get that you know what you felt, you know what you saw. It doesn't make sense. You're like, there has to be some explanation. Well, look, sometimes, buddy, the explanation is the place is haunted.
Yeah.
There was an entity, a demon, done grabbed you by the arm, and you encountered firsthand a demon, a ghost.
Yeah. Or silhouette grabbing your arm.
You got limited options, buddy.
Yeah.
You got a priest, move out. Move out again.
Move out.
You know,
Yeah,
that's really it. You got two really big options there. I mean, you.
Yeah, leave your roommate there.
Yeah. Yep. She gonna make it long.
But yeah.
So I think I will say this, guys, and in the comments, tell me what you think about this.
Yes.
But I do feel like I would, if it was me and no one was believing me, I think I would initiate another experience. I would try to put myself in the position again where I have accidentally drop something under the sofa at night or whatever and try to catch it on footage maybe, or try to have someone else in the room to witness it.
Yep.
And I would go down there and I would dig and be like, oh, where's the remote? Where's the pencil? What? And then hopefully, and it's crazy to say that, hopefully something happens and I'm like, oh, I told you, look.
Yeah, you didn't believe me.
You know, or it's on footage. But with doing that, because you mess with that stuff.
Brings it in, right?
Maybe that second time it's stronger.
Yeah.
And you're like,
yeah. You let it in. So
it takes you all the way under.
Yeah.
And that's what. Never see ever again.
Never again.
You're like, I knew he was crazy. And that's where our story went. So yeah, that's a double-edged sword. But I think I would have to do something like that. It would drive me nuts. It would drive me absolutely nuts until I found out what it was, and I would want to capture it. Like I would accept it was a ghost, but I'm like, dude, we gotta capture this, or we gotta go.
Yeah, for sure. Or I know they said they're waiting for part 2. Maybe part 2 is on the podcast.
Hey,
right?
That would be awesome.
Bring them on, or bring Sam, right?
Yeah. If they're doing another part 2 to this story, let's do this. Call her storyteller.
Pictures. If you have any pictures, let us see them there. Yeah.
Oh, dude, that would be so cool to get the pictures of like the aftermath.
Right.
Of it all messed up. And part 2, be like, I got kicked out. Kick me out.
On the side of the road. Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty good story.
Yeah, that was intense.
Yeah.
I appreciate the story. That was a very, very, very spooky story.
Yeah.
You encountered, in my opinion, not a ghost, but a very powerful paranormal entity, probably a demon, buddy. Yeah. So you've been touched by a demon.
To actually show physical
Put some holy water on your stuff,
Yeah. Like one of the old stories where it could be illusion though, because or something is making you see. Remember with the eye? Remember one of our stories? It made him see the eye that was busted.
And then when he was driving away from the deal, it like dissipated. It went away.
So
that is wild.
So maybe it's showing him that I'm here with grabbing your hand, but
cousin, that's crazy how you bring that up.
All right.
Because that actually, that could, you're in a haunted apartment, place, home, and you don't even know it's haunted. But something has possessed you to see these things, and you're going to actually see it, you're going to actually feel it, but it's all an illusion from the entity.
Yeah, making you see things.
Dang.
It could be many things, right? But
no, I think that actually makes a lot more sense.
More sense, huh? Yeah.
I really do.
I agree.
Well, call a priest.
You only help.
You don't need some help, man.
Yeah.
We'll pray for you.
All right. But again, thank you for the story.
Absolutely, great story.
Awesome story. And we're looking for part 2, right?
If you got a part 2, send it our way.
Yes.
Send some photos if you got some. We are in it, and I think all the other viewers would like to see that too.
Yeah, or be live and Cousin of the Crypt podcast, right?
Do we live?
All right.
That'd be crazy.
Remember the episode with the army?
Yes, that was awesome. Yeah. We had one in the past in an episode. Veteran, called live. He told some very spooky stories.
Yeah, go check it out.
That was good.
Alrighty.
So let's want to do a little research on this.
Yeah, let's do it.
I don't know how we're gonna come close to this one.
Right. Let's see.
You want me?
Yeah, you can start off. I started off last time.
All right, let's give this a shot here.
Or I can just pop it around.
Let's do. Let's do scary story about ghosts grabbing you. Go grabbing your arm. There has to be something.
All right. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what they're talking about.
Get ready for Halloween for today. The golden arm is perhaps the most popular campfire ghost story there is.
What?
Golden arm. Golden arm. I never heard the camp story.
Blind pig into something. Oh, like right there, The Golden Arm by Joseph Jacobs.
All right.
Let's peep that out.
There was once a man who traveled the land all over in search of a wife. He saw young and old, rich and poor, pretty and plain, and could not meet with one to his mind. At last he found a woman, young, fair, and rich, who possessed a right arm of solid gold. He married her at once, and thought no man so fortunate as he was. They lived happily together, but, though he wished people to think otherwise, he was fonder of the golden arm than of all his wife's gifts besides. At last she died. The husband put on the blackest black, and pulled the longest face at the funeral, but for all that he got up in the middle of the night, dug up the body, and cut off the golden arm. He hurried home to hide his treasure, and thought no one would know. The following night he put the golden arm under his pillow, and was just falling asleep, when the ghost of his dead wife glided into the room. Stalking up to the bedside, it drew the curtain, and looked at him reproachfully. Pretending not to be afraid, he spoke to the ghost, and said, "What hast thou done with thy cheeks so red?" "All withered and wasted away," replied the ghost, in a hollow tone. "What hast thou done with thy red rosy lips?" "All withered and wasted away." "What hast thou done with thy golden hair?" "All withered and wasted away." "What hast thou done with thy golden arm?" "Thou hast it."
What?
So it was like funny, I guess.
Yeah, that's wasn't too spooky there.
Yeah.
I mean,
I hast it.
you kind of asking for that one, buddy.
Yeah.
Cut her arm off.
Yeah.
Should just took a finger. You probably would have made it.
Right.
That's all you need, but you can't be stingy.
Right.
Dang.
Yeah, I never
dude.
heard that campfire story, but
Yeah, that was.
that was more like a funny thing. Yeah. Well, that's nothing to do with the story, but
Yeah.
alrighty, go on, move on. That dead hand is curious about it.
What
Is
is-
a hand in the dark?
What about this Reddit one at the bottom there?
Oh, has anyone had an experience with a ghost where they
Got what?
Oh, I was asleep facing the wall, and I woke up with someone grabbing my side firmly. Felt like someone checking on me.
We might have to peep that one out, dude.
All right.
I don't believe in ghosts. Those are my favorite.
Oh, you can't see it. It's archived post.
Oh, dang.
Who poke you in the ribs?
Bro, if you got poked in the ribs by a ghost, that's...
Right.
I don't really believe in ghosts, but when my grandma was alive, she used to do this thing where she would poke you in the ribs and whistle loudly when you were least expecting it. It was called the whistle finger, very original name, I know, haha. In the days leading up to, and the days following her death, my entire family was at her house just being together, supporting each other, mourning with my grandpa. Late one night soon after her passing, I was in the living room watching a movie with my siblings and cousins, and I got up to go get something out of the fridge. As I came around the corner into the kitchen, I felt someone jab their finger into my ribs and wiggle it. I thought one of my cousins had been hiding behind the wall or something, but when I turned there was no one there. There was no noise, no whistle or anything. But as a non-believer in ghosts, I was absolutely stunned. Maybe it was some kind of weird muscle memory, maybe it was my brain completely making it up because I was mourning my grandma. I'd like to believe that it was my grandma letting me know that she's still here and still watching over my family. I have no idea. But I have never experienced anything so vivid before or since then. Absolutely flabbergasted by it to this day.
That was neat.
Dude, that is crazy. See, those are still kind of spooky, but
Yeah.
it's not overwhelmingly spooky. You have an idea of where the entity's coming from.
Yeah.
You know, someone recently passed. It's a loving, you know, family member. So you're like, but little do we know, really. Them demons be feeding off of that
That's what I was gonna
vulnerability.
say, cuz, the morning.
They say someone passes, they open the gateway.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
Let me in.
that's a nice spirit right there.
Think it's grandma. Think it's grandma, but it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you know, you give it permission to go into the Annabelle doll, and then you're possessed for the rest of your life.
Yeah. Conjure movies.
If y'all didn't get that, that was a quote.
Yeah. Alrighty.
All right, man. That's all I got. Pretty close.
Yeah.
Not as spooky. Nowhere near as spooky.
Learned a campfire story.
Yeah, could have did with that one.
Yeah.
I feel like it left me on the cliffhanger. And they're like, "What?"
I know. We're like,
Okay.
yeah.
She could have at least killed him or something. Something
Right.
was spooky.
For real.
Or took his arm. All right, take mine, take yours.
Right. Let's watch this. All right, I got something.
All right.
Ghost. Grabs.
Oh my god. Ooh.
Sometimes I feel a hand grab my wrist when I'm laying in bed. That's very
Look
cool.
down. Green hands come from under my bed. Try to grab me.
So our caller didn't tell you what color, right?
Yeah, yeah. I did.
Yeah.
So that's why I wasn't too sure if he actually saw it or not, but I'm sure it was dark maybe. So you
Yeah.
really couldn't tell.
Yeah. Or yeah.
Oh, my feet.
Oh, this.
That's a whole story. We actually might
Use that.
do that as a whole episode, honestly.
Oh, right here. Has anyone ever been touched by a ghost?
Has anyone ever been touched by a ghost? I once was laying down alone on my bed when something tapped on my leg. I looked back but nothing or nobody was there. Around that time other unexplainable things would happen and still do till this day.
You know, those stories
Continue reading.
are like
During-
they don't seem like much, but I do relate to those little stories like that.
Yeah, for sure.
It's always something. Like, it's always a little tap.
Valina Kreska, amateur researcher, over 20 years. I'm used to all sorts of ghostly experiences, but this was a very gentle ghost. I live on a remote island, and people build near old croft ruins. The acquaintance I was visiting had built near a ruin, and his house couldn't have been more different to the old crofts if it tried. Very modern, almost like an art gallery. Anyway, upon visiting the bathroom for the first time, a hand very gently placed itself on my arm, almost like a reassurance or a comforting hello. I remember thinking at the time, oh, hello. I told the owner, having not known him long, I wasn't sure how he would take it. He promptly showed me an old black and white photo of the previous occupant who lived in the old ruins, not more than 100 yards away. It could well have been him, as he looked to have a kindly face.
Okay,
Dude.
that was close with the arm, right?
That was pretty close.
So I'm thinking there's underneath maybe a graveyard or someone died in that
in
apartment.
that building.
In that building or somewhere, maybe in that room.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm still flabbergasted of the oh hello part.
Yeah, like it was nothing. Yeah.
Oh hello.
Yeah.
I've been gone, dude.
Right?
Hey.
Hey.
But
Yeah.
no, we gotta get off this island, man. Something touched me over
I
there,
know.
dude. Hold on. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy. But yeah, I think you're right. Like
Yeah.
these are leading to spirits. There has to be something there, or something really bad happened in that place before they got
Oh,
there.
yeah.
He said something about it being in the 1930s.
Oh, you did, yeah.
You never know.
Yeah, it is an old building.
Could have been murdered in there.
Yeah. Asking for
Or-
help.
Yep. Someone was chopped up and they forgot the arm and just decapitated under the building.
Yeah.
It was like, hey, help me.
It could be many possibilities. But that's it for my searches, cuz.
Damn, that was a pretty good one, actually, guys.
Yeah.
Drop down below if y'all think oh, hello is a proper thing to say when a ghost touches you.
Right.
Because I disagree with that. I think you
Or-
should get ready to throw a combo or
Right. That was it.
just
yeah.
run that 40-yard dash.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, that's not, I'm not,
Yeah.
oh, hello, how are you?
I know.
You
Like
ain't
nothing.
doing that.
Shit.
Heck no, you got me messed up.
Gosh.
Yeah, drop down in the comments. Let us know what you think. Also, if you've had a ghost touch you,
Yeah.
this is the place to share that story. You know, we
Yes.
can't say we'll find them for you, but we will put that story out there, and we'll try to put a stop to those ghosts touching you.
Yeah. And again, just send your story to cousinsofthecrypt@gmail.com,
Absolutely.
and you will be featured in our next video. So.
Give us another good story, guys. We got a lot more to go.
Yeah.
Like I said, teaser, episode 15. We got something cooking for you guys. We got something cooking for you.
And again, it's another destination.
This is another destination,
So,
absolutely.
yeah.
We'll throw that little teaser out there for you.
Don't know where. You just gotta wait and find out.
Absolutely, absolutely, guys. If y'all want to see what happened in episode 10, go check that out if you haven't. It's a good long episode. We went to a graveyard in the middle of the night, and that was pretty intense.
Yes.
So thanks for watching, guys. We appreciate the support. Like and subscribe, please. Like and subscribe. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button.
Yes.
And we will be back with episode 15, and we got something special for y'all guys.
Yeah.
We're gonna wrap it up, cuz.
Yeah. That's much pushing it. Thank y'all again. And
Heck yeah.
Keep on coming in, keep on liking, and keep on subscribing. I'll see y'all later, cousins.
We'll see y'all on the next episode.